Good evening. I'm Zaganat. Welcome to my studio. I've just realised that camera now is right in front of my face. That may be a good thing, it may not. Whichever you want. That looks a bit better. Whichever you think about it first. So tonight, we finished last night the other magic dots, and I don't want to carve tonight. I want to give my neck a little bit more rest before I start again tomorrow, and I also feel like I'm getting a bit of a headache. So I had two choices. It was either do this, well, I have three choices really. It was either do this or a white tiger, or some pyrography on paper. Might do that next weekend, but there again, I said which. This is going to take a lot longer than it looks. So, the pyrography I'm kind of doing odd bits on the paper because I would like at some point maybe to put that up on YouTube as a time lapse, so we shall see about that one. But for the moment what I'm going to do is start with this, and this time I'm going to start with just start with number 1 and keep going all the way through to X, which is 13. So number 1, start with the colour number 1. Just keeping the plastic away from the pyrography machine while it cools down a little. It says, well, and since that is what I was doing just before the start of the stream, as I mentioned. I don't want to touch it and find out if it's cool, just in case it's not. I'm trying to get these dots to go into this tray. She's just down here to the side of me. That'll do, at least for the moment. Put those to one side. This tray shake, and then we'll peel some of this back. I was about to say I thought number 1 was great. It looks brown here, it doesn't look brown there. Quite what stick drill sight means, I'm not sure, because the instructions, which are printed on the canvas, are interesting. So to do this you've got to make a smooth flat on the desktop, so probably better get some sandpaper out, smooth it all down. Do not cover the film. Okay, well that's fair enough, because you wouldn't be able to see what you're doing. I don't quite understand why you'd want to cover it in the first place, but you don't cover the film. Disposable opened. I've opened this. Well, I suppose I could throw it away. Part of the lift, so as not to lose the adhesive glue. Maybe it's going to drop out or something. The preparation of the diamond is covered. Okay. So I've got diamonds here somewhere. That's good, because I didn't pay that much for it, so a few diamonds would be quite welcome. The wrong place can be immediately corrected. No, this is more. I'm not quite sure I follow that. According to the colour, in accordance with the corresponding point of the drill into the canvas. So I need to drill into the canvas apparently. Rest. Well, I suppose it is tiring to have got this far. Please cover the film back over to the canvas. The raw material isn't edible. Oh, that's a pity. I was feeling a bit peckish. A bit of canvas might have been quite nice. Please do not let children play with the diamonds. I wouldn't let children play with diamonds. I'd have to be really wealthy to let children play with diamonds. Wow, could you imagine? Yeah. Oh, I've just lost a few. No, don't worry, it's only £500,000. Not. So as to avoid mistakes in the entrance. The less said about that, the better. Actually, what it's actually meaning is do this flat on the desk. Well, I'm doing it flat on an easel and it's not very flat because they folded it up and creased it. And I don't want to spend ages. I don't know whether ironing it would do any good because it might not be very good for the contact adhesive. What they mean is uncover. Use the felt, uncover it a bit at a time just to do the bits that you want. Otherwise the adhesive sort of gets dust and stuff on, and yeah, it stops being sticky. Or you put your fingers on it, and it also grease and things on your fingers stops it being sticky. So uncover where you want to work. If you put a dot in the wrong place, you should move it immediately because it gets harder as the glue has time to cure. Well, not exactly cure because it's like a contact adhesive, but as the glue grabs, it continues to grab and get stronger. So you choose the colours according to, if you're doing a square number 1, you look here, you go for bag number 1 for colour code number 1, and don't eat any of it. Well, that kind of makes sense, I suppose, and it's probably not suitable for children who are going to play with it. The diamond bit it's referring to is, there is a version of this called diamond dots. Little plastic things that I'm about to stick on are the diamond dots. They sparkle and they're faceted a bit like a diamond. That's where the diamond bit is coming from. This is a clown, not true diamond dots. I call it magic dots. And quite what the mistakes in the entrance are, I don't know, but don't play with it. So as to avoid mistakes in the entrance, that bit I can't work out. But never mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with number 1. I'm just going to pick somewhere, relatively speaking, at random, like the top right hand corner. If I was doing this in cross stitch, I'd start at the top left. But I'm not. Oh, bother! I shall be right back. I've just tipped a load on the floor which I now want to pick up. Because I do not want to tread them into the floor, nor do I want to let the pussycats come along and possibly lick them up. So that was a real fun thing to do, wasn't it? Yes, the camera is moving, it's just so because it's perched on the top of the easel, so I'm just at the moment getting the dots off of the bench. Before I disappear completely, if I haven't already off camera, onto the floor to pick up the dots. Ah dear, you know, there are times when I wonder, should I put the tarpaulin I've got down, but I only use that when I'm doing oh yeah, there are loads of them down here. I only use the tarpaulin when I'm doing carving, because the wood bit and this and it everywhere. And now I've got to spend a fair bit of time putting these dots off the carpet. The only problem is these are blue grey. Guess what colour the carpet is? It's a bluish colour, which is making these dots. What are these using? Pink. However, they are sparkling a little bit, which does help. But now, you see, it's not even a talking head shot. It's a talking shot without the head. And I'm going to get, I don't want to throw all these away, because I don't want to give a vacuum look, which is kind of an alternative. But I don't know if I'm going to need this, because I spoke quite a bit. So I'm going to get bits of floating closer. That's going to be fun as well, filtering all that out whilst I'm trying to put it onto the top tip, okay, from experience. What's going on? The careful you don't put them already is chemical. Because if you do, you're going to spend ages doing this. Once of course you just finish using that card, then you will be able to just go, other stuff that you know. You've got to watch it, or just going and thinking, I can hear a talking voice, but I can't see anybody, so I can't see anybody. I'm going to return it. Right. I'm picking up a load of dots which I just fell I just knocked the tray that I was holding against something, causing them all to flip out all over the floor. So I'm probably about half done I'm getting there. Now one of the things is that I just slightly and not having my head bent over looking straight down on something. There's a good reason for not counting. Get what I'm doing at the moment. Hey, bend right over, looking straight down on the counter. All the dots. I'm getting there. I'm sure I'll look for any more. Certainly after the stream, I'm going to use the vacuum this well because I don't want to bending the card in the pencil. Especially when you do that. I haven't got any tweezers going yet either. That won't help because it's trusting me. Oh well.
Yo, what's going on?
Oh no, not a... Just did it again! Knocked it, that knocked the load more out. I'm doing the dot twice. It would be like that stream, but it would be that as interesting as it was. What's going on? If I ever get to the stage, if I'm to go these up and not knocking them out again. Yeah, doing that. I'm there yet. It's the rain with all the backseat passenger. Now that's a new phone, so I can't see what I'm doing. Any more? Yes, a few more, right. I'm not going to estimate how many there are, because I already proved this for the estimate that usually under, but I'm not that far off, which is an estimate. That I can't even reach that again now. There's all these things. My board just not reassembled. So take a look. In a moment when I stand up. Be very careful not to tip all these things all over again. Yeah. Have I missed them? I've just got them there. That one there, and that's about it. Oh no, I think that one there. At least this sparkle is making them a little bit easier to see. Hello. Very carefully holding these things. Hello, Wolfie. Seems like an elephant and calf. No, this is a tiger. Yeah, elephant and calf. Oh, I forgot to change that title, haven't I? Okay, I shall change the title in a moment. Oh dear. I forgot about that one. You would notice if you caught the very start of the stream that the initial screen now no longer has a title on it because I kept forgetting to change that title. So I took the title off and okay, and the tweet is now, I will say, semi-automated tweet because I just push a button and a tweet goes out. And I forgot to change the title, didn't I? I was busy doing some pyrography just before this. Let me change the title. And I know there's a chat message for it, but I can't remember what it is. So I'm going to do it the hard way on the dashboard. If it displays, come along, display. I suppose I could have done it on the other computer, but I can type faster on the keyboard. But that's assuming I actually get this thing. Let's go. Stop moving around while I'm trying to select. Tiger. Magic dots. That'll do. And update. There we go. 20 minutes. Yeah, that's true. The stream hasn't really started. I could have pointed the camera down, I suppose, and you could have watched me pick up dots. Welcome. Yeah, I'm paranoid now. I was just about to pick the tray, but I thought, yeah, careful. So. Good evening, everybody. We'll start. That was entertaining. Yeah, it probably would have been entertaining if I'd have tipped it and shown you me attempting to pick everything up. Scared myself there where they all moved. Yeah, attempting to pick up. My carpet is similar to this colour, so they were interesting. And what I am glad though is I didn't do it a little bit later, just because Theo's just arrived. Could you imagine trying to pick up dots with a pussycat, also trying to see what you're doing and wanting to assist? That would have been fun. Ooh. Yeah, tell you what, the adhesive on this is good. It's on this particular kit, the adhesive is slightly more where you put it is where it stays. The other one I was doing, you could slide them about a little bit. So how are you this evening, Wolfie? Gone. He walked under the desk and has gone. That is really well stuck down. Oh, it's close to launch. That sounds good. So what, you were testing an alpha version, or? So now that I threw all these dots all over the floor, it's kind of completely thrown the flow of things. Ooh, that's nasty. Yeah, take care. You don't want to be sticking sharp things in your eye. One of my eyebrows is a bit long. I can see it coming down in my glasses. I'll have to get rid of that afterwards. You're allowed to upload what? Oh, hey, that'll be fun. People tend to like watching things like that. That will be a good thing to see. the game testing. Make sure you mention that you're actually testing games, because of course testing a game and playing a game are not exactly the same thing. And if people don't realise, they'll be potentially getting bad impressions about a game. But well done, that's a good thing to be able to do. And of course you will have the first videos out on any of the games before any other YouTubers got their hands on them. So exclusive. You'll have to put that in the title, you know, exclusive testing. Yeah? Guys, you running around doing nothing? Well, that's what you need to test. That's what you need to test. It'll be kind of like me streaming in a way, won't it? I don't mean 2 hours of running around doing nothing. What I mean is, you know, I try and stream such that people can see, you know, what, I don't know, being a pyrographic artist is, if you see what I mean, as opposed to what they might think it is, or whatever. You know, see how long things take really, as opposed to the time lapse that they usually watch and things. So you'll be kind of doing the same thing with the games, in that yeah, this is what testing really is. It's not actually as glamorous as you might think. Theo is around here somewhere. Where'd he gone? Has he gone and hidden behind the curtain? Oh no, he's gone on the chair. He's gone on the favourite chair. I have the chair that I now use. It's a white chair. I used to have a black, full back height swivel chair, which is just set over there. The cushion's gone a bit flat, which made it uncomfortable. But apparently not for pussycats, because it's one of his favourite locations to lay. He's on that chair. I wish this would lie flat, but it won't, and I don't want to iron it in case it sort of moves the glue around or things like that, or destroys the stickability of it. Actually, you did miss a bit at the start of the stream where I was reading the instructions that come with this. They're on the bottom, which are relatively, they are sort of, I'm sure they're sort of Japanese translations of American translations, or Swedish translations, of Danish translations, of French translations of English. Which is, relatively speaking, quite amusing. I mean, you have to avoid mistakes in the entrance. And I still have no idea what that means. And you've got a corresponding point of the drill as well. And that's the drill. And there's apparently numbers on there, but I can't see them. I don't want the hair that's come with that. problem when you drop these things on the floor. You get hair and all sorts. Little tiny hairs that stick, and then trying to get them off the canvas afterwards. My computer is not idle, thank you very much, Mr. Security Software. It's busy doing something important. Yesterday I was thinking I'll count how many dots are on this before I start tonight, and by the time I started tonight I completely forgot I was going to do that. So I've no idea how many there are, but there's a lot. That clue is really strong. You have to be a lot more accurate. See, do I need 3 hands? Got a little hair on the end of that. I'm going to be nervous now, relatively speaking. For the rest of the stream I'm going to do something like drop these or flip them or something. Ah dear. Let go. Yeah, dropping these all on the floor has kind of upset the flow. Everything's gone out of my brain. And I guess some people would say there wasn't much there to start with, but So today's been another day of not doing things. I was going to do a lot of pyrography and I did a bit. I was going to maybe do some of the 3D printer. I was maybe going to start and do the laser cutter. I've done none of that. Well, I did a little bit of pyrography for half an hour just before the start of the stream, but that's it. And you have been out to the shops today to not buy anything. Doing my best not to spend any money at the moment. The best way of doing that is not to do things like look at Amazon or look at websites or go shopping. Hey, that reminds me, Wolfie. Lady Zara wanted something today, which is to hold candles, or rather to hold candles up by the wick. And your table came to mind, not from the table itself, but the 4 legs. I thought the tripod, well, I know you have 4 legs, the tripod only has 3, but I was thinking that idea of the 3 pointy legs with like a round, in my case, a small round top on it, small being probably 12 inches across, which I might carve. And it won't be a card if I do that, because she's not into cards. But something like that, and then drill 3 holes in the bottom to put 3 big dowels in, would perhaps do the job quite nicely. So, thank you for the inspiration. I have 1 more week at work, then I'm on holiday for a whole week. So what am I going to do? I don't know whether I'm going to stream. During the day, I'll probably stream on the evening, but I don't know about a week on Monday. That's my birthday, so I may not stream that night. But should be streaming the rest of the time. I just don't know how to do it during the day. May or may not. Depends on what I'm doing. Maybe I'll take that opportunity to do things like the 3D printer. Sort of stuff that nobody wanted to watch. Mind you, it is an alt printer, so not surprising. I am really bad. Previously, when I just catch it like I did a moment ago, it doesn't bother me. Or it didn't bother me. Now I'm going, oh no. So as soon as I catch it, it's oh no. And I've not spilt any yet. Yeah, there's only number ones in that area, not that I can see. Right, so let's do them up here. Sounds like a pussycat being sick. Obviously been guzzling too much too quickly. Hey, one thing that we noticed the other day is we have a fox in our garden. Quite a large one as well. It may or may not be living underneath our shed. Don't know if anybody knows any way to humanely persuade foxes that they don't actually want to live around here. Because we would kind of prefer it went somewhere else. Wasn't quick enough though. I've for the camera hand it would have been quite nice to try and get some pictures of it, but new tweeters. And I keep hitting the camera. My apologies for that, but it's right in front of my glasses. I shall try and avoid it, but all the number ones there. Yep, they're all gone. Okay. So we'll move up here. Keep putting the plastic back for those people who may be watching that don't know, just because to protect the glue that's not got a dot on it just yet. I don't want finger oils or hair or dust on the glue. It stops it sticking. Well, that's the principle of it anyway. Whether it put in practice, I don't know. I'm not about to find out. There's not, even though these kits are not very expensive, I don't really want to waste one just for that experiment. Okay, so apart from Murphy's Law, I'm about to say my placement of these dots is getting slightly better. Some gentle dropping on the task. Hope I get over them by the next time I do this. I gotta be having a sort of moment every time I catch it. They go on the floor again, they go on the floor again. I just have to spend 10 minutes picking them up again. Amazing, isn't it, how this is white, effectively white, but it's not white, but it looks like a shade of white, which technically it is, but so I'm not being fantastically clear about what I mean, but this is white but with a shadow of some kind on it, and that makes it look slightly blue-grey. And I just find it in a way kind of fascinating how once we've done this, you read that as white, even though it's got, oh yeah, you read it as white, or just a shade of white. I think colour is a fascinating thing. When you're doing airbrushing, for example, you can get if you do monochrome work, you can have white. You can put white paint on and have it look black just by putting white paint on. And you kind of, how on earth, conceptually, so how on earth can putting white, white paint when you put it on paper look black? And it's because white paint looks like it's black that's shiny because it reflects white. Well, it reflects light, and you see it as white. So when you put it in the right place, the white paint looks like really shiny black, and therefore white looks like black, and you kind of see it as black, shiny black, which is a weird sort of how your brain works out and converts what you saw into what you think you're seeing. Is an amazing sort of thing. I mean, I know your eye adjusts all sorts of things like colour. When you're if you look at a light, you look at car colours, for example, under yellow, orange, yellow sodium street lighting, you see them as the correct colour, as long as you can see other things around it. Like if you saw grass, for example, in the same view, you correctly interpret all the colours. But if you can't see anything else but the colour of the car, let's say you get your face right up close, relatively close to it, so there's no colours, other colours around, you can't see the correct colour. So your eye is working because it sees other things and can tell what the correct colour is, which is kind of an amazing error correction. If you think about it, let's say your eyes, it's of course your brain that's doing that, but I'm going to try and use up most of these dots before I put any more in this tray, because what I'm going to do is, before I put any more dots in it, I'm going to empty it out and get rid of the hairs that are sticking inside. I don't want to throw too many dots away, because otherwise, knowing my luck and Murphy, I won't have enough left to finish. if I did that. If I don't do that, I'll have hundreds left over. Really ought to have that screen over here. Wouldn't it? A desk room again. Because I'm right-handed, so I'm standing on the left-hand side, as you can see behind the camera again, and I've got to keep peering around to look at that. If it was on this side, I'd be able to see it. That means moving lots of things. It wouldn't be so bad if I didn't have the 3D printer there. Maybe that's a reason to finish the 3D printer off, so that I can then move it from there and put it over there where it might sit behind that monitor, and then I can move this easel over here. I can move the whole thing around, but I can still have tools on the right hand side, because being right-handed, I don't want the pyrography machine on the left, for example, because I'd be forever sort of swapping hands. Ergonomics, you see, desktop ergonomics. Laying out your tools in a reasonable place doesn't have to make working with them a lot easier. Oh boy, I'll throw those few away. Make sure the tray is clean of all hair. And we shall put some more dots in this, and hopefully not tip these all over the floor. Any bets? At this point, lots of viewers and other channels, because I don't have lots of viewers on this one, would be paying for the dots to go all over the place. So for those hypothetical people, let's see if we can avoid the situation and troll them. There we go. So a tip for anybody who's doing this sort of kit of stuff: if you find when you're picking up these dots you're getting 5 or 6 collecting around the tip, or a few collecting around the tip, that's sort of sticking to the outside, sort of jump to it as you put the pen anywhere near them, as static electricity. It's doing that, and if you find that you're getting that happening, You might wonder how you get rid of the static electricity. Touch the tip. Simple as that. That dissipates it. And then you don't get hundreds of dots, or 2 or 3, trying to stick to the end when you're only trying to pick up one. So a top tip there from somebody who's been doing it for a little while. I, generally speaking, don't wait until it happens. I just every so often just touch the end, because when it does happen it gets frustrating. Like that. That one was sticky. Come on, it's got to be one. Yeah. There's one number 1 left just there. I wanted one dot, and they're all upside down. Right, so that's that bit. Now we'll do the bottom bit. See on a sunny afternoon. Okay. Stay there. See, sometimes you can talk to plastic and it does what it's told. And sometimes it does exactly the opposite. Funny how inanimate objects are often the most trolly things you can find. They have absolutely no intelligence at all, but they always seem to do the wrong thing. And the bit that I want to know is how they always know what the wrong thing is to do it. Clearly they are really intelligent and they're hiding it, and I think it must be aliens or something, you know. And the plastic add-on is an extra dimensional being that reads thoughts and knows it's precisely the wrong thing to do. It's in another dimension, so you can't see him, but they then, you know, manipulate themselves to do exactly the wrong thing. In what you're doing, you know, these plastic entities. And just like conspiracy theories, prove me wrong. Dear. I do talk a lot of rubbish sometimes. I know some people would say sometimes, as in all the time, but I think it's all the time. I suppose knowing that you're talking rubbish is a bit like knowing that you're mad. It takes a sane person to know that they're mad. Do you know that? It's like the old film MASH, or series with Klinger trying to get out of the army. I think what it was now, but effectively he was trying to scheme that he was mad, whatever. But because he knew what he was, because he knew he was mad, that meant he had to be sane. I can't remember the thing now, but it was always funny. I was about to say just then that they don't make programs like that anymore, but I suppose just generations differ, don't they? I mean, there's a lot of the programs that I used to watch and I don't find new ones anything like as good, but that's just what you get used to, I suppose. I can think of a lot of the old shows like MASH was, for example, and that probably wouldn't work these days, and because you've got things like The Walking Dead and Game of Thrones, which back then probably would have not had much relevance or even been of interest, but these days it's kind of the other way around. Let me say which, I don't watch television these days. I can actually remember what I last watched on television. Doctor Who on Christmas Day. Doctor Who episode. I haven't watched anything on television since then. I just don't watch television these days. It's not so much that I don't have an interest in it, because I like watching reality type programs, but by reality I don't mean things like Big Brother. I mean things like sort of behind the scenes at Heathrow Airport, or behind the scenes at customs and these sorts of things, where you actually see somebody doing a job and you maybe follow them doing that job, see how they do it and all these sorts of things. And of course there's plenty of that on satellite TV, and there's probably plenty of it on available over the internet as well, but the TV is that away, and I can't watch that and still do other things like play a game or do a craft, so I don't watch them. So I tend to watch more YouTube videos. But even then, I do like this sort of. Well, a lot of the YouTube videos I watch are to do with the crafts and arts that I do, like pyrography or. He says, thinking, today I watched Dire Wolf, and actually now I watch Keith Appleton as well, who does steam plants, engines, these sorts of things. But yeah, I tend to watch videos of things like that rather than cute cats. Got my own cute cats, so I don't need to watch any videos of those. I wonder if I have enough dots in here to finish. We shall find out. Which reminds me, what is it? 8:15. Oh, okay, we're getting on quite a bit. I know technically the first bit of the stream was a disembodied voice talking over the internet, but I did appear on stream eventually, once I picked up all the dots. What's the betting? I end up one short. Oh, I might be lucky. Just tapping here to get them to flip over, so I can pick them up. And I'm lucky. How about that? I've got one dot left in here. And I've just seen a number 1 that I missed. Oh no, I've seen 2. Oh, I'm missing one. I'm 1 short. I was right the first time. I'm 1 short. Yeah, that's the right finger. I'm 1 dot short. There's a number 1 there. Oh, 1 dot. Just 1 dot. Can I get just 1 out of... Well, it doesn't actually matter. They're not being wasted because they'll get thrown away anyway. That's a few out. Can I find any more that I'm missing now, just to use it what I've got here? There's that number 1. So any more on there that I can see before I start with the number 2. I'm sure it's likely that some more will appear. They always tend to do that. I always say always. I mean, I've only done about 5 or 6 of these kits, so always is somewhat of a short period of time. Yeah, taking on more experience than I actually have, or implying more. Right, number 2. I don't think we'll now get onto number 3 of this stream, which is the black around the eyes, which is kind of ironic because that's what I was doing in the pyrography just before the start of the stream. There's a black around the eyes of a leopard rather than a tiger. So those of you that saw me do the out of the dark, the leopard walking out of the darkness, I'm actually doing a very similar thing, but it's just a close-up on the muzzle, mouth and eyes, and which I'm working on. Sort of kind of like that, if you like, but it's twice the size. And I just happen to have been doing around the eyes just before the start of the stream. Doing that on paper. So people who think pyrography has to be done on wood, no, done on paper. In this case I'm doing cold pressed paper. Not sure I like it, but I've not really done a lot of paper work. Paper pyrography work, that is. In the past, and actually the last time I did any was an 80-gram photocopy of paper, and that's a challenge. Thick paper is better than thin paper. So this is something like £140 cold pressed paper. Maybe hot press might be better because it'll be smoother, but I'm going to try one of those. Not tried hot pressed paper. So we'll be trying to do some of that later on. Don't know whether I'll do that on stream or not, but it's something I'm working on. But yes, you can apply pyrography to paper. You can also apply it to leather and to cords as well. But for leather, it's probably better doing something on a leather piece as opposed, something else that's like a bag, for example, or something, rather than just a piece of leather. It doesn't tend to be the sort of thing you hang up. The paper's kind of nice. You can get a similar range of colour as you do with wood, but of course it starts off white to start with, which helps enormously. And the other thing is, if you want to send it anywhere, it rolls up, which is kind of nice. The wood, of course, doesn't. So at this stage, not that sure what I'll do after I finish the Gibber carving. I know Wolfie is after me doing a League of Legends character, which I may do on the other half of the wood that I've got. I may do this hanging top thing that is something that Lady Zara would like. Or I may do something completely different and finish off one of the printers. Okay, stuck together, can't use that one. Sometimes you get a couple of these sort of dots that are back to back and they actually are stuck together, probably came out of the moulding like that. So you can't use them, you just discard them. Well, to say that can't be all of number 2. It's not. There's some one there. There is literally just one there. One there. Okay, so let's put those 2 in, and then there's a few over there. That was quick. That's one of them. Where's the other one that I saw? Up there. Sure, I see another one. If you see a number 2 on this side of the board, speak up. Of course, you probably can't read the numbers, so that doesn't help. But that colour there is a number 2. Can't see any. Okay, let's move over to this side then. Yeah, some more there. Okay. Number two, number two, number two. Hey, number two, come on. Come on, number two. 3 there. I'm guessing if you talk to them like animals, they'll appear just the same. Okay. Can I see any more of the number 2? At this point in time? No, I can't. Means I can move on to the number 3, which is black. I'm about to throw all these away, so I'm just looking, because I got most of them out of the pack, but still a few left. No, I can't see any more number 2. Okay. In the bin you go. And now we do number 3. Where shall we start? Let's start at the top left this time. Oh, you're going to be awkward, aren't you? Go back there then. It's sticking to itself just because of static electricity. But at least it's holding it back out the way. And the black ones really do sort of sparkle, because the black of course reflects light quite well. Slightly off there. about to say I was expecting these to show up really quite sparkly, but they're not actually at the moment, are they? They are from where I am, but they're not particularly showing up that way on the picture. Come on, that's it. Okay, they were falling off then. With this particular kit, you've got to be fairly accurate with your placement. The other kits I've done, they sort of, if you just sort of squash one in the middle type of thing, because you hadn't quite left enough space for it by bad placement. The others just sort of ease themselves out the way, sort of slid, if you like, on like a little bit of elastic type of idea. Not that, but that's just with the glue strands. But this one, no, it doesn't shift. And what I was finding there when I was trying hard, if you like, to get them in, is it was causing the others to lift off. I'm guessing this is actually from a slightly different manufacturer to the other kits that I've had, and they use a different glue. Kind of like the other ones better for that. Of course, I have no idea who the manufacturer of this one was. I don't remember who was even selling it, so it's not something I can sort of go, oh, I don't want that one in the future if I get any more, because of who it was that sold it or manufactured it. So whilst I know that, it'll be a case of, oh, this is another one of those when I get it, or if I get it, that is. Not sure what to do any more of these. Once I've done the ones that I've got. Yeah, they were fun to do, but I'd kind of want to sell some of them if I wanted to make any more. And I'm not sure, don't think these are the sort of things people want to buy. You're lurking. Yeah, I think I'm lurking a lot today as well. What are you up to whilst you're lurking then, Wolfie? I've vaguely got a headache, which isn't making things fantastically comfortable, but I'm kind of hoping that by just carrying on it will actually go away. What do my headaches do if I just do something which is takes my mind off the fact that I've got a headache? It often just sort of vanishes. We're playing games with your friends. That's alright, it's a good thing to do. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself, otherwise why would you be doing it? That's half of one. I don't want half of maybe it wasn't, but like half of one. wonder if that's meant to sound like a foghorn. Captain Scarlet and the Mistrons again. What this piece always reminds me of. Let go. Go away. Right, well, that's some of the black on, but we're now what, 10 to 9, so I'm not actually going to bother getting any more out. What I'm going to do is I'll stop at that for tonight, and we'll continue this at some other point when I decide to have another rest for my neck. You still get us. Actually, I should have had this desk a bit higher. Well, no point in raising it up now, because I'll be lowering it down again for the carving tomorrow, which is what I probably will be doing tomorrow night, subject to it actually happening, which I'm sure it will. And tomorrow night we'll start the stream, hopefully as soon after 7 PM, as an evening meal will allow me to do so. That's 7 PM UK time, which currently is GMT or UTC, they're both the same, whereupon we will carve some more of the gibber, which I can't show you because it's laid on the floor over there attached to the vise, and that's not fantastically easy to shift around. So thank you for watching. If you are watching and not following, it'd be fantastic if you consider following. Push the button that's up there at the top right, and if you would care to support the channel in me feeling more awake so I can talk for a bit, that would help. But in terms of materials and stuff like that, tools, materials for all the various crafts that we do, and equipment for the stream, like saving up for a camera mount so that this doesn't get fastened to the desk, which of course when I'm carving is not very good because it wobbles all over the place because this arm isn't very stable, but that's the sort of thing I mean. So with that, I hope I'll see you on the next stream. Bye for now.